Alright, what's going on, everybody? We're going to try this once again. Had some issues with the OBS. So I'm going to give you a demo of the actual online crew chief for the Lone Star eSpeed. It is a free way to, hold on one second, I am going to share it real quick. Bear with me. Alright, getting it shared real quick so people can watch it now that I've fixed it. Alright, so we should be fixed now. Good. Alright, so we're going to get a demo of the online crew chief here for Lone Star eSpeed. So if you're somebody who maybe doesn't know anything about setups, I can admit that I don't know very much either. Or you cannot afford to buy setups from people and you want to learn how to do them, or you want to mess with your own setups, this is a way you can do it for free. So go to LoneStarESpeedShop.com and you can either click the online crew chief at the top corner or come down here to build your own setups for free. So we're going to follow the directions exactly like it is online. I believe you can see it now. You can. It says, I'm your new crew chief, and I'm help you get a faster setup. First thing I need you to do is load in the fixed iRacing setup for the car and track you're trying to work on. So now that we are got this set up right, we are going to do North Wilkesboro because it changes tonight in the official late model series. So first thing I want you to do is go. It's asking you to load up North Wilkesboro, the iRacing setup. So iRacing has already made a setup that is fairly close to what it should be. Not necessarily close, but it's not bad. So we're going to make it faster. Okay, so go to the shop, download. Alright, so loaded up the setup. Great, let's get started. First thing I need you to do is write down the stock ride heights for all four corners of the setup and the current cross weight. We will need these later. So we're going to go into the actual iRacing here, and we're going to go to chassis, and I'm just going to take pictures real quick to make sure that I have it. So the current cross weight, and oops, I don't know if I got the ride heights there. Let me try this one more time. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to do this with a phone. Alright, I think I got it that time. Alright, so we wrote those down. Let's go back to the crew chief. Let's go with the next step. Alright, the next step, excellent. Let's fix the fuel levels. Sometimes iRacing has too much fuel for short tracks. This is weight we don't need and slows you down. For most 50 to 60 lap races, you'll need 6 to 8 gallons. Drop the fuel to 7 gallons. Now, iRacing has done a better job of fixing this. Most of their setups before used to have like a full tank. It is already at 7, so we don't need to mess with that. Alright, going to follow his directions again. Fuel's been decreased. Let's make a slight adjustment at the chassis. Look, ride heights you wrote down. Adjust the spring perch for all four corners. Same height as it was. Now go drive 10 laps, exit the garage, and come back to me. We don't have to make the adjustments because we didn't have to change the fuel. So all we have to do right now is go make a 10. We got to go do 10 laps. Let me change my steering ratio to what I prefer for short tracks. All right. So we got to go do 10 laps real quick. We're just following the directions of the online crew chief from Lone Star eSpeed. Alright, we are currently running the iRacing fixed setup right now. Just following the directions of the Lone Star eSpeed crew chief. He's asked us to do 10 laps.
19.339.
So we're going to go do 10 laps. Got a little bit of rotation issues in the middle. The factory, the fixed setup feels a little tight in the middle. It's not horrible, it's drivable.
19.544.
When you're doing this, try to run the exact same line in marks that you would run on any other setup.
19.611.
Alright, it's starting to push going into the turn. Came into that one a little bit hotter than I normally would.
.542. .845.
Almost done. 2 more laps at the line. We'll be to the 10th lap, which is what it asked for you to do.
19.574.
Alright, one more lap.
19.752.
Pushing a little bit into that turn in the middle. Alright, there's our 10th lap.
19.492.
So we're going back. He said do 10 laps, go to the garage, and come back to him. So we're doing that. Alright, we are back to the crew chief. 10 laps are done. Alright, let's look at your tire temps. Go to the garage and look at your tire temps. If they have if you have excessively high temps on the inside or outside of your tires, you should make slight adjustments to your camber. Find out more. It explains camber. Negative camber pushes the bottom of your tire out. Positive camber pushes the bottom of the tire in. Okay? If the inside of your tire has excessively high temps or wear, add a little positive camber. Opposite for the outside. Okay? So let's look at our tire temps. So if you're looking at this, it's like looking at the car from the top, straight down from the roof. So this is the left front corner, this is the right front corner of your car. Alright, on the left front, it's considerably higher on the outside. So we need to add some negative camber. And bring it down. And it is on the right front excessively higher, not excessively, but a little bit higher on the right front on the inside. So we'll add some positive camber. Okay. Now this changed our ride height, so we got to fix this. So we're going back to the image that I took of the ride heights here. Stand by. Let me find it. Okay. Let me find the one that has, there it is. Alright, so we got 353 on the front left. So we'll get it to 354. We got 402 on the right front. Okay. that brought us down too much there. 353, 403, and we got 449 and 498. Almost perfect on the back. So we're passed. We passed inspection. The cross weight has changed a little bit. Let's see what it has changed. The original cross weight is 49.3. Oh, we're at 49.3, so we're still good. Cross weight is perfect. Alright, so let's adjust your stagger. Alright, so stagger's based on the radius of the turn and the overall wheelbase of your car. Now, this list is available online at numerous locations. I think OSR, or Old School Racing, did it first. And then there's some calculator. There's a calculator you can use based on the radius of the turns of tracks to determine this stuff. And they did so and made a list. Unfortunately, North Wilkesboro is not on here, so I think Five Flags is probably the closest thing to North Wilkesboro, and it says 1.65. I'm sorry, 1.625. So we changed the stagger to 1.625, and that changed a little bit, so we just made a slight adjustment. Still sitting about where we should be. Alright. Now let's go. Oh, let's see what he says to do. Okay. Stagger's been set. Go run a few laps in the track. How does it feel? So let's go run a few laps. Now all we've changed so far is we changed the camber a little bit and the stagger. That's it. I've done absolutely nothing to the springs. So it's got a little bit of push in the mid-turn, but it actually rotates better. Alright, we've already ran a fast lap compared to the iRacing stock setup, just by making those slight adjustments. And the car feels much more stable.
19.384.
I'm having to do much less input in the steering wheel. Alright, got a little bit of push in the middle. And broke loose a little bit. Alright, so let's go look at what we did. It said go run a few laps and see how it feels. Felt a little bit tight, but let's look at the laps. The fast lap on the stock racing or iRacing setup was 339. We're down to 256, and then it went immediately to the second laps of 0.5. We're down to 0.3 on the second lap, so it's already a little bit faster. It feels a little tight to me. So, it explains what tight and loose is. We're going to say it's tight, so it's asking us to fix the, fix the understeer. So we're going to go fix the understeer real quick. Let me make sure we are displaying, alright, we're displaying the right thing. Okay, where is your understeer happening? To me, it feels like the middle is a little tight. So it's asking me to make these changes to the car. So I'm going to leave the tire pressures alone right now. We're going to go to the spring rate adjustments. So spring rate, make the following adjustments in small increments. Decrease right front spring rate, increase right rear. So decrease right front, increase right rear. So let's go to the garage. Spring rate decrease. And we can't increase anymore. So we just made that change. Let's see what else it says. Bump stiffness. Decrease right front, increase left front. decrease right front, increase left front. Okay. Increase right rear, decrease or increase left rear. So let's increase right rear and let's decrease left rear. Increase, decrease. Okay, let's apply that. Go to the next setting. Rebound stiffness, decrease left front, decrease right rear. So decrease left front, right rear. Decrease, decrease, and then increase left rear. So let's increase left rear. Alright. Ballast forward adjustment. Decrease how much forward the ballast weight is. The further back, the more the rear will want to swing around and loosen up the vehicle. So it's way back, or I'm sorry, way forward. Let's move that back to like 60. Okay. Truck arm and traction bar mounts. It's saying to move the right and left rear up. They are already at the top. iRacing setup. Okay. Ride heights. Refer back to your stock ride heights. Make the adjustments to the spring perch offset to bring the car back down to as close as you can to what it was. So going back to my ride heights list. We had 353 and 402 in the front, almost perfect. And we had 449 and 498 in the rear. Close enough. 49.4 is my cross weight. What was it before? It was 49.3, I believe. Yep, 49.3. So it's up 0.1%. All right. So let's go run that a few laps and see how that feels. A lot better in the middle in that turn. Still feels like it's pushing a little bit in the middle, but it's swinging around, coming out.
.134. .5. .424.
All right. All right, so it feels a little tight still. So let's loosen it up. Going back to here. So cross weight. Understanding cross weights for oval tracks. Lower cross weight equals looser. Higher cross weight equals tighter. Then it explains how they measure it. To reduce cross weight, use the spring perch offset settings to lower the ride heights of the left rear and right front. So let's lower the ride heights of the left rear. Oops, I'm sorry. And right front. Now it says in the guide, count how many clicks you make for each, and now add the height in the same increments to the opposites. Okay, we're now too high, so we could either drop this. We can make adjustments there. Alright, so now the cross weight's too low, so we need to add cross weight. So let's follow the directions. To reduce cross weight, you would lower the ride heights of the left rear and right front, and you would do the opposite to add it. So let's add some ride height and lower it from the other corners. We're back to the ride height we want to be at. Alright, let's loosen it up with the ballast, because remember it said the ballast, the further back it is, the better. It'll loosen up the car. So we did that. It adjusted our ride heights again. So let's change those ride heights. See if we can. Alright, that's still bringing us too low. So we're going to go back and change that back to where it was. Still too low. Okay, we're back to where we were. Let's give it a test. So in this case, all we've done is move the ballast a little bit. It's definitely loosened up the car a little bit. Now with iRacing, with the tire model on the late models, you definitely want to have a looser car at the beginning, and just be careful for the first few laps. Otherwise, you'll end up having a car that's pushing like a dump truck at the end if you're not loose in the beginning.
19.404.
Alright, so we made some changes that it isn't really helping the car get faster. But it's stable, it's taking the turns good. A little loose, but that's the way I want it.
19.423.
Alright. So now it feels a lot better.
3.8.
If anything, I'd make it a little bit more loose. Feels better. Okay, let's see if the setup lasts. It's telling you to go run 50 laps and check your fuel. Alright, so some tips, take it easy, blah blah blah. If the car feels tight, it's telling you what to do for the in-car adjustments you can make on pit stops and all that kind of stuff. So that's how it works. I made some adjustments that actually slowed the car down a little bit, and I didn't save it. So I would suggest saving, when you find something you like, save it, and then when you make changes, you could always go back to that saved settings. I did not do that in this particular case, but we did on the first changes we made, and even the second changes. We had a faster car. I just started tweaking with it. So this is how the system works. It just guides you into how to make your car faster or handle better, whichever you prefer. and then you go from there. So let's go. Let's throw some qualifying tape on it and see what will run. Unfortunately, I didn't save those first settings. Now it's up to you if you want to build a qualifying setup and make it just handle crazy good and not care about your tires. Alright, so we're still pushing going into the apex a little bit, so I could make some more adjustments. I'm still pushing going into the apex, so I can make some adjustments, but we're not going to waste your time. Just showing you how it works. So in this case, if I wanted to make some more adjustments, say it was pushing, let's go back to it. You would click, instead of clicking yes, go back to understeer. Where is it happening? In this particular case, in the middle. Make the adjustments again, work on it, until you find the right mix. And that's how it works, guys. Take it easy.